Welcome back, guys, and thank you for joining us here on the Spyshack podcast for another season. And I gotta say, I'm pretty psyched for this new season. Uh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and introduce everybody who will be with us today. And as always, Randy, how are you doing today? Oh, and give us a word to describe what your expectation for the season is gonna be.
Okay, I wasn't ready for that. I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here. I'm going to use a word that I keep using. It's spooky. I'm excited for Spooky Island.
And Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Yeah, I didn't really have time to change between the last podcast and this one. My word for what I'm expecting is I'm excited. Excited is all I can say. Pretty much.
And Kim?
Excuse me. I'm excited as well. That'd be my
I know I kind of threw that on you guys. I didn't ask you guys to be ready for that.
There was no time for preparation.
First blindside of the season.
Yeah, and of course I'm your host, Perspective, and I want to say hi to Andrew, who I believe it's his birthday as well. So happy birthday, Andrew!
Happy birthday!
And Patty is with us already on the chat. So if you're joining us on the chat, go ahead and tell us what you think about the season. Tell us what you think about what we're talking about, and then of course when you talk about the draft, how bad I'm doing. All right, so. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about the new season of Survivor Ghost Island. And I want to go back to what we thought when we first heard what this season was going to be about. What did you think about it, Mark?
Yeah. Originally, I just thought this is interesting. I didn't know how this was going to play out. But after knowing the details going into the season, I am very, very excited. I can't. I need to stop using that word.
Randy?
Ever since they came out with the name Ghost Island, I have been excited about the art direction of the season.
Yes,
me so far, too. The pictures and of Tribal Council and of everything that I've seen, I am not disappointed. This is the Survivor Art Department's chance to shine, and they are so good at what they do. So I'm really excited.
How about you, Kim?
I feel the same as Randy. I'm really excited for the art direction. I love the idea of Ghost Island. There's so much they can do with this. So I'm really hoping they do at least what I'm anticipating. So I think it's going to be another great season of Survivor. And like I always say, a bad season of Survivor is better than no season.
I gotta say that picture of the voting booth from Ghost Island kind of looked like they took a page out of the Fox Kids kind of reality direction line, like Endurance or like Moolah Beach or something like that.
I think we all laughed at the same time because I just saw Doug's response to Randy's picks are all terrible. So. When I first heard of Ghost Island, it was actually at the beginning of Triple H when they kind of leaked the premise of what this season was going to be. And at first I was like, I don't know, because then not only did they leak what the season was going to be, they kind of leaked what the initial season concept was going to be. And I was kind of not sure. However, when I saw the actual preview at the end of Triple H, I was like, yes, I am in. I feel, especially with the new cast. Like I said, I prefer a new cast because sometimes the All-Stars cast, it doesn't, I don't know, they don't always live up to the hype. So let's talk about this season. So of course we're back in Fiji. Which has become an anchor location for Survivor lately. And what was the first thing that we heard about Ghost Island? What was the concept?
Well, what is Ghost Island? That's been the big question that people have been asking. How is it going to be used? And according to a lot of the information that we're seeing out there that the Survivor press are getting and that is coming from Probst and Matt Van Wagman and all the other producers, is that in summary, Ghost Island is the graveyard for bad survivor decisions. It's a place that all these bad decisions have come after they've been done. It's in the game. It's going to be more like an Exile Island. It looks like, but it's a little bit different. Where it's not. The way I understand it, doesn't seem like there may just be idols and advantages there, but sometimes you may have to take a big risk to get them, or it sounds like games of chance and different things. So I'm intrigued to see how those play out. But the key is all those advantages and idols and relics, as they're calling them, are things we've seen before, are things from previous seasons. So I'm really excited to see all those. And as you can see in the picture on there, the little hut of where they're staying is you're sleeping underneath the snuffers from every season that they've been on there. You're sleeping under the thing that ends your game. So when you're out there all alone on Ghost Island, it really makes you think about the game as a whole. So I'm really excited about how they're using Ghost Island, and they're kind of creating this whole mythology around it. And I think it's just an exciting idea.
I think Doug is telling us to calm down because it's just Exile Island with a museum, which I think it is gonna be Exile Island.
Doug.
But I think it's gonna be a little bit better, hopefully.
With the museum, that's hilarious.
Okay, so is there anything that we want to talk about? Anything we want to point out specifically that we haven't already said about this? I don't want to go into too much detail of what's on the screen here. That's more for just information sake.
I think the big thing I want to say is that yes, there may be idols and advantages on Ghost Island, but they're not all on Ghost Island. You don't have to go to Ghost Island to get them, and they made that point very clear. So that's one thing that I just wanted to make sure that we all understand.
Yeah,
this is the first time we have a full season of super fans or at least medium fans.
I don't know. So, I felt like one of them. When we go through the people, when I see her face, I'll know who she is. I really felt like she was a recruit, just based on how she talked about the game. I felt like she wasn't a fan. When I see her, I'll know who she is.
Yeah, well, I think there's like 2 or 3 that
more recruits.
While they're not, let's say, new to the show, they kind of knew about the show and they kind of caught up before they went out there. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, one other thing is this is like the first time in like 15 seasons that we're getting a cast of all newbies that aren't split into 2 tribes based off of like some characteristic. It's not Brains versus Beauty versus Bronze. It's not Millennials versus Gen X. These tribes are just split, and we haven't.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that too.
Yeah, we haven't seen that with an all newbie season in Samoa. Is that the last one?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we don't know, but one's going to be the Ghost tribe and one's going to be the Island tribe. That's what we don't know.
Oi.
All right. So I know there is going to be at least a twist at the beginning, right, Randy?
Yeah. Well, we have a little bit more on what do we know about season 36. Yes, there's more super fans. They made a point to cast people that know the game because it doesn't really work as well if they're having all these relics and people don't know about them. The one thing that I find interesting is how do you get to Ghost Island is going to change throughout the game. But the first one, they've come out and said that the winning tribe of the first immunity challenge will pick someone from the other tribe to go to Ghost Island. So yes, they're going to exile themselves away, but they're also safe for that first tribal council. So you have to be strategic on who you do there. So I think that's interesting. They are giving them less supplies. So I find there's going to be a little bit more of a reliance on the providers. So that we may see that play out in the game, that some of these more providers may last longer if they're really are low on supplies. Fire Making Final Four is back. They tell them in advance, so it's not a surprise to them. So we know them all along, which I like that they know. And the premiere is a double episode, so I'm excited.
Me too.
I love double episodes. I think when it's a single episode, 90-minute one, you don't get as much as you want, and especially if it's an hour one, 2 hours, you get a lot more introduction. Especially when there's 20 people, you get more time to actually get to know the actual contestants.
But we're also saying goodbye to 2 people on the first night of watching the show, so that's also which is what they did for Game Changers. But
yeah,
as you were saying, the opening twist. Do you want to go ahead and explain that?
I'll let you go. I'll let you go ahead. You're nice and slide, nice.
They've explained this, that there's not going to be a normal marooning that we're used to seeing. Basically, they're just going to walk up, and they're going to be given an option. Basically, elect a captain, and then at that point in time, it's the captain's job to pick someone to be the athlete and someone to be the puzzle solver for an immediate reward challenge. The winning tribe will win a massive shelter building kit, and the losing tribe will not get their fishing gear. But it sounds like there's a sort of like eject button sort of idea for the captain to, by a certain point, they can bail out of the challenge if they think they're going to lose and save their fishing kit. So if you're not relying on, if you don't have faith in your team, then you can bail out early. So I think that could cause for some drama. We'll see some interesting challenge right away. I'm excited to see how this plays out. I think it's a cool twist that doesn't really break the game at all. It's just a new little way to open the game that makes you make an immediate decision right away and in front of everyone.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly the same thing, but like when Worlds Apart happened and they had that first challenge where they had to do the different choices. Yeah, and I even think Triple H had the same kind of thing, but they didn't carry on to the rest of the season. So I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Is there anything else that we need to talk about?
Well, we can talk about the draft. As you see, the result of our last year's draft, Mark was our winner. So Mark had the responsibility of picking the draft order this season, and he went with Saul will go first, and then Mark, and then Kim, and then he's scared of me, so he put me last.
He's a cheater.
One thing that I did want to point out, as far as the draft scoring, I did add one thing different this year, is finding or earning a game advantage will get you 1 point. I didn't want to build in just being sent to Ghost Island, because we don't know how that, and that could be a positive or a negative, so I wasn't sure how to score that one. So I'm going to go with the idea that you have to use your Ghost Island time to your advantage and find or earn an advantage in the game. So that will get you a point, just like finding an idol would.
So I think Mark actually threw a bone at me here because whoever I choose is going to get eliminated pre-draft. So I'm sorry if you were out there, you probably lost because of me. Yeah.
No, I find this season hard. There doesn't seem to be a clear front runner. As all the drafts that I hosted last season, there was a pretty solid 2 to 3 people that were pretty common top picks, and I don't know if we have that this year. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. We're still early in the preseason. We have just less than 2 weeks till the premiere, so we'll see. But here's the draft board ready for you.
All right, so I didn't get a really chance to go through everybody that's on there, but I did have one person that I really liked. I want to ask you guys. You guys know who I'm talking about? Maybe who based on what?
No, I'm confused. Wait. Mark got to choose the pick, and he's not going first.
Nope,
I'm not.
He chose Saul to go first.
It's because we share a birthday.
You.
It's because we share a birthday. That's why.
Happy freaking birthday!
So I did put out there the when everyone came out that I did have a clear favorite right away off the bat. I was kind of worried that I was not going to get it. I just like the way this person kind of just did his pregame interviews, and I'm going with Dominic. I don't know.
Can we show him? I need to see pictures.
It's there.
Yeah, he's right there. He's a construction
supervisor. I don't see anything. I only see Saul.
Kim, you probably need to click on the picture at the bottom of the draft.
Yeah.
But
okay. I thought it was just gonna pop up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dominic is 38 years old. He's actually on the higher end right here of the age.
Yeah, he is.
What the oldest person is what 41, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's a very young
so
cast.
he's actually up on the high end here of the cast members. And I don't know, there's something about him, the way he carried himself in his interviews, that I really liked him, and I feel like he's actually going to be likable, and people are going to like him, and he's going to be a leader. I might be totally wrong. I hope so. Also, as soon as I follow him on Twitter, he followed me right back. So
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Him and his wife are both active on Twitter when you comment about him, but they're very nice. I like Dominic. I kind of split people into kind of 5 levels. I tried to do 4, like split them into groups of 4. He was in my 3rd, 4th group because I think he comes off so aggressive. That's my only concern about Dominic, is that especially his interview with Aaron Sebula from ET Canada, it's just a calm down. Like, she's like, we're not playing the game right now. You can like fill out. But I think he has such the Boston Rob in him and Tony.
I don't like. That's the thing.
I find that's going to be too hard.
He was trying too hard to be like a Tony or a Boston Rob, and that's. So I'm really glad that Dominic is gone, because I wasn't gonna choose.
I think Dominic will be a great character.
I remember this is I choose my draft pick, and you guys, we can tell.
Yeah.
I choose. I don't go by. I don't try to be analytical about it. I go by who I like, because that's who I want to see win.
Yeah. I agree.
It's very rare that I'm gonna be choosing someone I don't like. So if the person I like is available, I'm going to be choosing them, especially if they kind of jumped out in her head. Now, I think I know who the next alpha male is going to go, but I was really tempted to do it, but I wasn't sure if Dominic would still be here. But
I have 2 first. I have 3 first picks. This is what's going to suck. So I don't know.
We'll see after Mark.
Go ahead.
All right, Mark.
Dominic is one of those people that I try to actively avoid, just because that last name kind of is traumatizing.
He's gone.
If you've seen Big Brother Canada 2, you know who I'm talking about. Let's move on to my first pick. This is probably going to be against my better judgment, but I'm going to go with Jacob Derwin from Malolo.
Jacob Derwin.
Damn you!
Bob Ross.
I'm so sorry. I have to take him first because, we're both in the music field.
He was one of my first picks.
Yeah.
What about you, Randy?
Level 4.
Probably. That's kind of what I expected. He seems like he's fun. He gives me a little bit of a Dr. Mike kind of vibe. So
I liked him.
Yeah. So that's kind of why I went with him. He can either be kicked off early because of physical limitations, or he can be the goofball that people want to take with them because he's fun to be with.
One thing I found very interesting from him, yes, he's one of these super fans that are out there. He's blogged about the show. He's one of us, which I like that part of him. But one note that he made a comment of during his preseason that I really found interesting was how he struggled with social interaction as a kid. So he really had to make an effort to learn to make friends. And since he had to practice at it, he thinks he's going to be better at the social game, which I found that very interesting, that he's able to see that in himself, is that since I had to work so hard, I know what it takes to make friends and everything like that, that I think that could be interesting. But he never really, there wasn't that spark there that impressed me in his interviews. But I like him, and I think that he'll be fun, and I think that if he can make it past the early weeks, then he'll be good, but I worry about him at the beginning.
Yeah, me too. But he's an interesting pick. That's why I went with him, so we'll see.
Seems to be
he's young.
Twitter favorite.
Very young.
People like talking about him, but mostly comparing him to Bob Ross and to... I had said
Bob Ross. Seth Rogen. That's Seth Rogen's brother, right?
That's what I thought when I first saw him. But then I go like, oh yeah, I see Pop Ross.
Guys, is it my pick?
It's up to you, Kim.
Can I have all the pick? Can I have all the picks? I know what he looks like, but I want to make sure I say his name right.
They're out there. It should be updating.
Okay. Give me a minute. I'm gonna take Brendan. That's my Brendan. Yes, that's who I want. That's my first.
Oldest male of the cast.
Yes.
Why are you picking Brendan?
He is a super fan, but I just really liked him. I think he's athletic enough. He's not gonna come across as a huge threat. I think that I don't know what it was about him. When I went through all, I guess, the alpha males, I felt like he was my favorite. He doesn't seem too cocky. Or like he's gonna win, like I gotta watch out, People gotta watch out for me. So this is, I don't know. I just really liked him. He's a dad. He's everything that I wish, what's her name would have been from last season.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The accountant lady.
Oh, Chrissy.
Chrissy, yes.
I will say. Go ahead and finish.
Yeah, I really liked him. It's hard for me to like put it into words when I watch the thing, but he was my favorite alpha male.
I will say Brendan was my number one pick.
Yes! I fucking took him.
He was gonna be my pick. I think Brendan is athletic. I think he's smart, and I think he's just cocky enough to, but it wasn't off-putting, and that was
that's exactly what I liked about him. He wasn't like, you gotta watch out for me, bro. Like
he's been applying for the game since season 4. He was almost on there that early. He's been close many times. They almost put him on Triple H, but his job just didn't fit. But he was very, very close to being out there last season. I like Brendan. I think he's a great pick. He'll do good. I'm
happy I took him because it was between him and Jacob, and there is one other person, but I won't say who it is.
I think that's a good pick. What are your guys' thoughts?
Thank you, Randy. Thank you. I'm so happy I was third.
Now I have to scramble and reassess.
Here's the thing. Andrew thinks Brendan is a merge brood, and I think that's a valid evaluation because people are gonna want him during the trouble phases, but he's gonna be too much of a physical threat, too much of a visible. Threat.
I don't agree. I think the younger kids are gonna be the huge physical threats in the beginning. He's gonna be the older man that's physical, but he's not as athletic as the 18-year-old. Who, by the way, when he said he was 18, I was like, I'm going to hell. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's a PE teacher, so I mean, he might be just as physical as the young ones. I mean, he doesn't look 41.
He's 41. There's no way he's as physical.
I didn't look like that when I was 18. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, no, did I?
Okay, so let me think for just a second. As I said, I put people into 5 tiers, and in my first tier, 3 of them are still there. Which now I didn't think I was going to have to make this choice. I thought I'd just get stuck with one. And though I have to figure out which one is not going to be there when it
comes back to you.
When it comes back to me. I'm going to start with my first pick. I'm going with James Lim.
Good pick. That's who I really thought Mark was picking.
James,
because you related so much to Henry on.
Yeah. I really like James. He's 24 from New York, a business analyst. He's super smart. They say, one of the smartest. They say the smartest, the highest IQ to ever play. He compares himself to Yul Kwan because they have similar backgrounds and they have similar temperaments. both being Korean American management consultants.
He's a sprint runner.
I think my only concern about him is that he might be a robot, and I don't know how people will take him. But I really like James. His his interview on First One Out kind of concerned me a little bit. I kind of backed away from him a little bit. He was going to be my overall #1 pick, but he dropped down to my #2. But since you took Brendan, I'm going with James Lim. I think he has a lot of the qualities and a good Survivor player.
He's a good pick. I do. He was up there for me too. I was, Jacob might have been like, if we're gonna go with tiers, first or second. I liked his quirkiness, and that's what I like about certain people. But with James, he is really smart. He's athletic enough where he's not gonna stick out as this huge physical threat to where right before merge, they're gonna be trying to knock them out. So
this is such a good pick. This is such a good pick that Doug actually agrees with.
I know. I that's high praise.
Wait. Doug doesn't like Brendan?
No, he likes my pick.
Why doesn't he like Brendan? What the heck, Doug?
He can talk about that. What do you think, Mark? What's your thoughts here?
My thoughts about which one?
About my pick.
You're thinking. Oh, I mean, he was going to be my next pick, so whatever. You can take it.
Okay.
Yeah, he was gonna be one of my picks if, but then again, being the first one, you're kind of blessed a little bit for getting the first pick, but then you're screwed because you have to wait till pick 8 to.
Yes, but also since there's an odd number of rounds, I get stuck with the end. I get stuck with number 22. So Mark is scared of me, obviously.
Whatever.
Going for my first pick in the second round. I'm really struggling because I have 2 that I really want. So I have to hope that somehow makes it to pick number 12. But I picked a robot the first time, so I'm going to pick the opposite, and I'm picking Sebastian.
What?
I really like Sebastian. I think he has a lot of what it takes to play this game. I think he's fun. He's used to being out there. He is such a provider. He is a professional fisherman. He's used to working with people, bringing them out there. So basically, he's one of those guys, if you want to go out on a fishing trip, he's the one that helps you have a good time and teaches you how to catch fish.
What does he remind you of?
He's from the same hometown as Ashley Nolan, which I found that kind of interesting. They're both from Satellite Beach. He wants to play like Tyson, a true free spirit. But in his quote, I really liked. It's kind of what won me over. I'm perfect for this game. I spend most of my life outside the elements, a lot of which is involved with something physical. I'm great with people, can make friends very easily. I enjoy being challenged. I really like Sebastian. Yeah, I can see that people say he's the one with the long hair. He's Ozzy. He's Joe. Yeah. But he's goofier. He has like that provider.
As long as he's not Taylor, you're good.
Exactly, and that's what we were concerned last year. I said all along that Devin wasn't going to be Taylor; he was going to be Jay, and I'm hoping Sebastian is that this season. I have high hopes for Sebastian. Plus, like Saul's picks, I like Sebastian. I want to see him do good, so I want to cheer for him.
All right, good picks.
So go ahead and tear my pick apart. What do you guys agree or disagree?
No, I mean, I like Sebastian. I was a little apprehensive because I'm always apprehensive about the ones that are really young. Just not sure how they'll mix. And I wonder, would he, to super fans, look like a threat with basically the Ozzy comparison, and the Joe comparison. So that was my fear is, will the super fans compare him to him and then try to get him out right away? That was my only concern. Nothing about him personally or anything else. It was, will they just target him?
I would just hope that the super fans gather him up as someone that can catch fish for them, keep them. They can mold him to what he wants until he can do that.
Well, first of all, Doug says he's not going to play like Tyson GTFO. I don't know. I can't. I don't see him having the same type of what is it? I don't know what character or
Characteristics?
the same type of. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say here. The way he handles him, I don't see him being like Tyson. I can see him liking the way Tyson played, although I didn't like Tyson the first time he was out there in Tocantins. So I hope he's not that same way. I don't think he is. I think he's actually going to be very useful around camp and be very useful around the challenges. As long as he's not like Judd, I think I'll like him. I think Brandon had said that he didn't think he was too smart or something like that in the interview with Wiggler. I think it was him, or I'm not sure exactly who it was that said that. But you know, he wasn't going to be one that I was going to pick, but I can see why you would pick him.
And now I gotta pick.
Give me just a second.
And I don't think he'll be like Joe. I think he's actually. I think he's.
You're putting Sebastian in the wrong spot.
Kim, don't call me out. You talking? So here's where, as our team stand currently. Kim, you are next up.
Ah, man. Okay. God, I'm stuck on 3.
We only have 2 hours, Kim.
I know. I don't know if I want a guy or a girl right now. Oh, shit.
So far, we've taken 5 men. I just want to point
that's the first time that's ever happened.
I think so, too.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to pick a guy. All right, because I really want him. I'm going to pick Wendell.
Yeah, I kind of
wanted. Was that what you guys wanted?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted Wendell, but go ahead. You talk about him, and then I'll.
Again, he's an athletic guy, but I don't think he comes across cocky. I found him charismatic. I liked him. I found him smart. I like what he does for a living. I think building furniture takes a lot of patience, concentration, intelligence. He has to. So all that together, I didn't think he came across like, again, bro. So I really liked Wendell. I was thinking of picking a girl. I won't say who she is until she's gone. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on Wendell?
I think that, well, one concern is he was Jeff Probst's winner pick, which never works. So that's a concern. I like that he's a little bit older, that he's 33, that he's not one of them in the 20s. I really liked his quote of, I'm a leader, but I'm not going to lead from the top. I'm going to lead from within. I think that sums up the game really well. But I think a lot of people are really high on Wendell, and I just don't feel it. I think he'll do good, but I had him in my second tier. So this is about the time that I think he would be picked. I just don't have a great gut feeling with him, but I think I like him. I think that he'll be fine. It concerns me that he's Probst's winner pick.
No, I didn't even know he was Probst's winner pick.
Which means he's going to get voted out first.
Yeah, he's going to have.
It means basically he's going pre-jury.
Well, see, I wanted Wendell. I really did like Wendell for the most part. His quote kind of reminds me the way Ethan played in Africa, where he was kind of calling the shots, but not really. He was letting Lex take all the heat for taking all the shots. But if you remember what Ethan said is that he was making sure that Lex looked like he was a leader. So I think that's kind of game he wants to play. But what I didn't like was when he was doing his first one out interview, he talked to Wiggler. He said that he was upset with one of the contestants because they didn't look at him during the dinner. And I don't know, that felt really like he's gonna let little things bother him, and it might throw him off his game. And
who did he say who it was or no?
It was I believe it was the model. Right?
I'm not surprised.
They're all models.
Well, no, the one
No.
the model that's from Florida that is now in New York or something.
Oh, Chris Noble.
Yeah. Yes. So
I think that Chris maybe thought he was going to be like the best looking guy by far, and when there's other good looking men on the,
we'll get to Chris.
So I don't know that little thing kind
Eventually.
of, because I feel like he actually felt upset that he didn't say hi to him. But you never know how different people are going to react to differently when you're not allowed to talk to them. You don't want to give away too much either. So that's something that you have
they're
to.
not on this. Wait, are they in the same tribe?
I don't know, but
Chris and Wendell are yes, they are.
Yes.
So, well, how about you, Mark?
My pick, yeah.
No, you Saul picks. You don't pick. Yeah, you were. Oh, it is your pick. So
Yeah, it's my pick.
first. You're right.
Don't even. I was gonna pick another guy here, but then none of the ladies have come on the board yet, so I do feel kind of bad.
Yeah, I didn't feel bad.
I'm still gonna. I'm still gonna pick a guy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Bradley from the VT.
All right.
Yeah. Why?
I don't think
he doesn't seem like a big threat. Like he can go the numbers when he wants to, and he from his interview, he gives me a gut feeling that he's not gonna overplay, and yeah, kind of.
I don't know. I feel like the quote, I can find empathy for people, and I can make them feel like I care about them. Then I'm going to win. Yes, I mean you could always fake it out there, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if that would be a great quote. He might be a little cocky, but not in the point where he's athletic, but maybe I'm smarter than these people. Like I'm way smarter than Chris.
Was he the one that said he liked the way Spencer played?
Yeah,
yes.
but he's worried that he has the same ability to make people feel irrelevant that Spencer did. I hate Bradley.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Every
Bradley.
interview I had with that I read with him, I didn't like. He was number 19 on my draft board. I'm sorry because he keeps liking a lot of stuff that I post on Twitter. I'm sure he's great, but
we're sorry if you're watching.
real life, real life Bradley. I'm sure you're great. Survivor Bradley. I don't like him.
Well, he hasn't played yet, so we'll see what happens when he plays. Bradley, don't worry, we all like you.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the pregame doesn't match what they actually how they actually.
It doesn't at all because look at Taylor.
He's just so incredibly arrogant and off-putting, and he knows.
I thought that.
I just
I'm really so happy with Mark's picks right now because he picked. Oh no, I thought about picking Jacob. So no, okay, never mind. It was Saul and Mark's picks that I'm happy I don't get stuck with.
All right, so it's my pick, right? So I'm gonna say I'm not really sure who to pick here.
I'm surprised there's one person still there, by the way.
We'll see.
And we'll see if that person goes, and then I'll say it.
I'm not really. I don't know too much of the rest of the people that are left. Yeah. I'm gonna choose Morgan. I have no reason why. I'm just gonna go with her. She is the one. I think she said that she was that she came out on one of the RHAP episodes, right? Because about talking about Kelly Whitworth.
It wasn't RHAP. I don't think. I think it was a different show.
Okay, but yeah. So I think I think she's smart enough. I remember hear her talk about how much she loves the game. There's not really a lot. I'm just hoping she's a good player for me. Honestly, I don't really know too much about her.
Morgan was my last tier one. She was the girl I was debating with Sebastian. I really like Morgan. I don't know. I don't know, like on paper, she doesn't seem great to me. Like I don't know what it is, but personality wise, I really liked her in everything that I read. I like that she's the killer whale trainer at SeaWorld, and so she's used to being in front of people. She's like
very comfortable in the water.
Annoyingly positive, it sounds like. So she's worried about that being too much. Anytime you say Kelly Wentworth, you're gonna win some points with me. I like that she acknowledges that she's stubborn. I really like Morgan as a character, and I hope she does really well.
What I like is that the reason why she likes Kelly Wentworth is because she wasn't afraid to make the big moves, which is I'm hoping that she'll be willing to make the big moves when needed. I hope she doesn't make big moves when it's not needed, and because that can backfire on you big time. But I hope that when she gets cornered, that she'll use something.
Yeah, I see Morgan as that girl that's going to compete well in the team challenges enough to make it to the merge and then be the girl that can win some immunities. So I'm hoping that I have high hopes for Morgan. I think that's a good pick. I like it.
So
I wish I would have picked her.
So my come around snake, what is it called? The snake pick now. Can you go back to who's left?
It should be there. It should be updating, yeah.
Saul picks. Oh, that's right, because Saul picked. You know what it is? It's how I'm looking at the pictures below me, and that's how I think it's supposed to be. That's why I keep on getting confused.
I'm not sure who to pick with this one now. Although this person does dislike one of the people that I dislike the most. So I might go with him.
Trust your gut. They're going to be out pre-merge.
I'm going to go with Donathan. Never heard of that name, but he really dislikes Colton. And I really dislike Colton. So, so I'm going to go with him.
What I really like about Donathan is for him to have come out so young. And
he was like, what, 13 or 14? Something like that?
And being from where he is could not have been an easy feat for him. He could not have been easy. So that's what I really liked about him. That took a lot of strength. So go him.
What I like is that he says that he more relates to a Suri.
Yeah.
That's not someone that I would actually consider like, yeah, I can see that.
You got to think that they all saw Game Changers. Like that's what it's in their mind right now going into it. So a lot of them love Suri. It seems like everyone wants to be Suri, which who doesn't?
Did they get a finish seeing Game Changers, or was that
I think so. Yeah, I think so because they would have gone out for this. I think in June
during before Triple H even started, right?
Yeah, because that would have been Big Brother. September would have been Survivor. So yeah, I think they would have been like right at the end of Game Changers.
All right, guys. I'm gonna ask the chat. I'm at the chat, guys. What do you guys think of my team so far? I don't know.
Kim? What was your thoughts on Donathan?
I said, like, I really, for me, would take strength. Like I said, is to come out at 13 when you're living in Kentucky. He was raised by a single mom. I think that he will do his best. I think it's really going to be on how some of the other team players bring him in, if I'm making any sense. But I like him. I don't think he's a horrible pick. I think he's a cute kid.
He is very country.
Yes. I mean, his Kentucky accent, you couldn't miss.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting Donathan to come out of the draft this soon. I was expecting to have a chance to get him at 15 or 18, but yeah, there he goes.
So there's our teams right now. We're just about to the halfway point. Yeah, we'll see. So Mark, you're up. Here's our updated board out there of who's available.
And a person is still available that I thought would go early, by the way.
This person seems quirky enough that I just might either love him or find him annoying. My next pick is going to be Stephanie J. She seems quirky and perky and She
I
just
didn't like
looks like
her
a lot
at
of
all.
fun.
She annoyed the bejeebus.
I know. She does give you that sort of initial feeling, but you know, if she can somehow tone that down a little bit, I think she has what it takes for people to take her as a number and go far in the game. I really, you know, I know that the occupation yoga instructor might also be a trigger for a lot of people who just watched The Amazing Race.
It's definitely not that. It was just, I don't know why I didn't like her. It's nothing personal.
She's a little out there. She's a little out there.
Well, remember when I congratulated you for getting Bradley my 19th pick? Well, you got my number 22.
There you go.
I didn't like Stephanie.
No, me neither.
She's fit. She's a runner. She does triathlons. I like that she's able to break down some of the players and like what she wants to take from them and who she wants to be like. But as Kim said, I did not like her. Just nope. She just came off wrong. And I think I immediately judged her by seeing the pictures of her wearing basically 27 different highlighter colors in what she's going to be wearing on the island.
Oh, that's right. No one ever wore anything like her before. That was it.
And she's proud of it. And I just, I don't know. I don't see her lasting in the game. I don't see her going.
I don't see her going to the merge.
But I don't know. I didn't get a good vibe from her. What do you think, Saul?
I didn't like her either. No,
that's my strategy.
What I'm gonna say, the last 2 seasons we have given Mark crap for his picks, the first 2 picks, whatever. But he ends up in first or second place.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Like, and I want to say that, like, when we say we didn't like these people, like, I didn't like, except for Bradley. Well, I didn't like Bradley, but everyone else, I just don't see it. I guess that's what I mean. I don't like them for my team. I want to throw that out there.
I think Patty just called her Katrina.
I always picked a team of misfits, so this is just kind of naturally where I get drawn to, and so this is not a natural pick for everybody. I know that, but
you pick the outliers. I pick with my heart. So.
Exactly. There you go.
Your seems to work better.
I think Randy and I pick similar. We might not always like the same people, but I think how we pick the people we want is similar.
Yeah.
You know, not the and I think surprisingly so far we've agreed on who we like and dislike.
You know, yeah. I liked your picks. Yeah, and you.
Now I have.
And speaking of that, you get another one, and you can take the person that you think that your surprise is there.
I'm not saying if I'm taking that person.
Oh, come on! Then why wouldn't you? If you're so shocked they're there. Why wouldn't you?
I'm not saying I'm not picking that person. I'm just saying I'll let you know when the draft is over. Okay, this is who I'm gonna go with. It was between 2, and I'm gonna go with Jenna. I liked her. I know that she's young. But I felt like out of all the women, there was one other woman I liked, and I picked her.
I gotta say, I don't remember who she is.
I do. I remembered her name because when I watched the videos, a couple of the blondes look kind of the same to me. So I had to remember their names because there is a blonde that I didn't. I won't say who that.
We disagree, Kim. I don't like Jenna.
Why?
Jenna, a lot of people got really bad vibes with Jenna. I didn't think there was a whole lot going on there. I worried about that. I think that I really didn't like, if you look on the slides and the why do you think you survived, I've been able to manifest anything, everything I've ever wanted, not to brag, but basically if she wants it, she gets it. I don't know. I don't get a good vibe from her.
Here's the problem with me, and maybe this is my fault, is that I only I picked the wrong blonde, by the way. Because when I saw her age, I was thrown off. Can we just go back to the picture real quick?
One thing that I think for
the main pick.
One thing that I think for Jenna that I think she has going for her is she's tall. And I think in a lot of these team challenges that will be helpful for the tribe, that they'll really like, that I think will be helpful. Because a lot of the ones where you have to boost people up and different things.
Backup one?
Well, she doesn't get to pick again.
No, yeah, I'm not going to say if I pick the wrong person. I'm not.
There's only 3 blondes.
I don't know, mine's not blonde.
So are we good with Jenna? Are we good there? Are we done?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now it's on me for 2. I have 2 guys on my team right now, so I feel like I should pick one of the girls. I'm gonna go with someone who she's quirky. And
I know who you're picking. Wait, to say quirky.
Well, I thought that's who I was really worried
about.
I
thought Mark was picking when he said
Mark
quirky.
said quirky, that's what I thought.
Yep.
I'm picking Kellen.
No, that's who I thought Mark was picking when he said.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping.
Mark really worried me on that. I really like Kellen. I think Kellen was bubbly. She seemed fun. She's up for a challenge. She has basically like gotten married and got a new job and got divorced and changed her life and like in the middle. Yeah,
she's a good pick. I like her.
I really like Kellen. I don't know how she's going to be physically. I worry about her. The beginning of the game for her is that she's going to be seen as weak and and just do bad. I like that Doug is saying that it's hard for him to trash my pick, and that's a compliment. As much as it doesn't sound like one, I think that's a compliment from Doug. She says she's a mixture of Kelly and Aubrey, which, come on, Kelly and Aubrey. Like, Kelly, because she's a badass who will do anything to win, and Aubrey, because she's strategic, but slightly neurotic and quirky. I love that. I'm all in on Kellen. I think she's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really excited that I got her on my team. I
almost actually picked her. If I wasn't sure who to pull the trigger on, but it was between her and who did I pick? Not Jonathan, the other Morgan, yeah.
Yeah. Morgan and Helen were my top 2 girls.
Yeah, it was between them 2, and I wasn't sure. And I wasn't too sure exactly if I should pick her or not, and I almost did. But I was hoping she would fall back on the bottom of the next round, but I guess not.
Okay, so
I pick again, right?
No, it's me.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Because this is my last pick, in all honesty, because then I get left over with the garbage at the end.
Yeah, but at least your bottom 2 are already gone. So it's
bottom 3, because Jenna was next.
Okay.
So I think I know. I have a feeling I know who I'm gonna get. So I'm stuck between 2. If I should go for one of the guys or take a girl here, I'm gonna go with someone who I have something in common with. I am going to go with my fellow RHEP patron, Laurel. Laurel is a super fan.
Oh my God.
I think Laurel's great. I'm really excited about Laurel. I think that she's the triple threat. She's smart, she's strategic, and she is a Ivy League runner. I'm pretty sure is what she was. She wants to play like Todd Herzog, which people don't really throw that name around very often, and I love it. Smart, shrewd, and pulling the strings. She wants to be the snake and then out-talk everyone at the final tribal council. So I worry that she may get too cocky and because one thing that she did say in first one out is, what's your weakness, is that she may be too good at the game, and that worried me a little bit. But
you can still change your mind.
No, I'm not, because I'm really happy now that I'm looking at her page again. I'm really glad that I chose Laurel over.
You can change your mind.
One of those other 2 guys, but Laurel. So tell me why you guys think this is a great pick.
I'm not gonna say it's a great pick, but she was.
I think it's great.
Whatever.
I think it's a good pick. I don't see her making it far past merge. She has a little bit of like Aubrey vibes to me. But if again, I focus on what other players might be thinking, and if they get those vibes, they're gonna know how good she was of a player, and she could go.
I feel like if she makes it to the end, I think she might piss people off.
Why do you say that?
Only because she says she wants the strategy part. She wants the blind side. She wants the lying. That's what she's looking forward to. So I feel like she might piss people off if she's going to be doing that. So I don't know.
I think it's an okay.
To be honest, I probably was going to get her if she fell to me. I was probably going to get her though.
Here's the thing. I mean, for who is left, she's a very good pick. That's what I'll say.
I'll take it. I'll take any compliments I can get.
Yeah, I don't think she's a bad pick by any means.
Kim, you're up. You can pick the person that you keep saying you're so surprised is out there. Unless I picked her.
You didn't. Thank God. All right. So I guess I'm just going to pick this person. It was really between two, but I don't think the other is just going to do that well. All right. I'm picking, I don't remember his name, the 18-year-old. I can't see his name.
Michael.
Because he's blocked. The name is blocked.
Michael.
Yes, he's only 18. If he was in his 20s, I think he would have went sooner. He definitely does not look 18. I will tell you that. When he said he was 18, I was like, are you kidding? Like, how is he a real estate agent? How is he of this at 18?
Real estate agent. He works at a place that like leases out apartments, but whatever. If you want to say you're an LA real estate agent, go for it. But
still for 18.
No, I agree. I like he was the one I was debating between.
I've been debating between him for a very long time. He was the one I thought would go sooner.
Yeah, he's going to try to portray he's a little bit older, so he's going to go like 19 or something.
Yeah, he said he's going to say he's 23, which I think is smart. I think that he should definitely say he's in his 20s.
He lives his life as a 23-year-old. That's what which I find very interesting is that in his day-to-day life he doesn't let people know he's 18.
He doesn't look 18.
No.
He not at all. I think that he works. A lot of 18-year-olds don't work like this. They don't have quote unquote jobs like this. So good for him. I've been debating him for a while. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to take him.
He might have been my last pick just because he compared himself to Malcolm Freeberg. I think that's a very solid person to compare yourself to. And, how he actually does in the game, we will still have to wait and see. People in their teams. I don't really mind when they
compare themselves to someone because they're ass. Like, who will you most like? I guess it's not that big of a deal.
I judge them on who they pick, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. As long as they don't play it up. And that's what I didn't like about Dominic was Dominic played it up like Boston Rob and Tony. Whereas the other said, I relate to these, Survivor people, but they didn't play it up like I thought Dominic, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to win the game. You're going to see.
At 18, I would be shocked.
No. Dominic is.
I think
Dominic is not winning the game.
So here we are. As you can see, where we are on the draft pick, we have 6 picks left. Here's everyone's team shaping up. Let's see who Mark picks now. After Mark's other picks, I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen.
All right. So, oh my goodness. Who can I even pick?
It should be on there. It should update for you.
I know. I'm just saying, is there any valid pick left in this?
Oh yeah, I think that there's one of them in particular that I think is going to be really good. I think there's two whammies.
I agree,
one big
and I
whammy.
want to know at the end if we agree on the person who we think is a good
When they get picked, I'll speak up. So go ahead,
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark. I know I'm going to get stuck with one of the whammies.
I'm between two right now. I'm gonna take. Oh, good lord! I'll take Angela.
Oh, thank
why are you
you,
thinking
Jesus! I'm so happy you took her. I did not like her.
Go ahead and let Mark explain first before you bash him.
That's what I'm here for today. Apparently, everybody just bash my picks. She's an Army veteran. She kind of goes hard. She likes the physical competitions, and that'll do her in the beginning. I just don't know if she looks physically intimidating enough for people to counter out as a threat. So she'll do well in the trouble phases as long as she doesn't like try to step on anybody's toes. And then in the individual phase, like she's tiny, she's teeny weeny little Angela. Nobody's gonna see her as a physical threat, and she'll come in with the immunity wins.
I think that you have a good point where I think that she is in tip-top physical shape for her age. I think she will do really great at challenges. My issue with her was I think that she might come across. She said she likes Michaela. I loved Michaela, but Michaela stunk so bad at the social part of this game that I think that's what's going to do Angela in. She was in the Army. She likes to demand orders. I think she'll have a way of speaking to people that they're not going to like. That's why I think she lasted so long.
So here's my question with Angela is why wasn't Angela in Chrissy's spot last season as a hero?
Yeah, she should have been. It doesn't make any sense.
They're the same age, and they both fit the blonde survivor older woman that is a mom that but she's
an Army veteran. She'd be a hero.
Exactly.
That's a really good question.
Out of the picks that were left, Mark, she was in the middle for me. I like Angela. I worry that she is on the older side, that she may get judged for that unfairly. I'm always worried about the mom. I'm always worried about picking the mom because there's such a double standard there. Yeah. So
it is, but you see, that doesn't. I never thought. You know what? They
tend to go far though.
But I think that
is she Katrina or is she Chrissy? You know what I mean? Like we don't know. We don't know yet.
I don't think she's Katrina. I think she's Chrissy, in a lot of ways.
You know, she can surprise us. She can be a Don Meehan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a good pick. One of the things that she is one of the two people that Jeff Probst is worried for. He came out with
that means she's gonna win.
No, preseason he came out with his two people that he is he's worried about, and Angela was one of them.
Well, we'll see what Jeff says is that he can never really pick the winner, but he usually can pick who's not going to win.
Well, his winner was Wendell, and then in second was Kellen, was his male and female winners, and then he picked his people too that he's concerned for. I think it's a good pick, Mark. I out of who was left, I think she's a good pick.
No, we don't have many left.
Doug says Angela does not look like a queen to him. So,
oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
You get two. Saul gets two.
Saul gets two.
Let's see who we get left with, Randy. Really, who you get left with? Because I get to.
I have two people that I really want, so I'm really hoping one of them gets to me.
So, I feel pretty confident in my first three picks, so I'm probably gonna get the two whammies here. I don't know. I don't really.
I think I know who the two whammies are gonna be, and
I'm just gonna go.
Go ahead
with Desiree.
Okay,
Desiree.
I don't know how to say that. Desiree? Is it
Desiree. Desiree.
Oh yeah, there is two E's.
Des. Just call her Des.
There is
She
two
calls
E's.
her-
There's always a Des.
As long as she's not Des like from Australian Survivor. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Oh, poor guy.
I kind of did like her story. I don't know how she's gonna do
She's
out
young.
there with everybody.
She's another one that's young and she's done a lot.
And she
She's
kind of forgot how
young,
to.
but she comes off older.
Yeah,
she's
well,
been
she was
Yes.
homeless, right? She was homeless, and
She was homeless. She was sent to Nigeria because
Yeah.
she was a bad kid. I like Desiree. I think she's one of the two that I would have liked on my
Yeah,
team.
me too. I was hoping I got her.
Although I'm a little worried that she doesn't know how to put on that shirt. So that time.
No, I think that's
That's a
supposed.
bathing suit.
I think
That's
that's
what it is?
supposedly fashion.
Okay.
It's supposed to look like that.
I don't know. I think that's when I wake up to like dressed like that because I went out the night before or something.
Like
I
I
think
like
it's a
her.
good
She'd be one of my girls. Like we can go and have drinks and stuff. But in the context of Survivor, she gives me Francesca Hoagie vibes.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the way she talks about the game, the way she describes herself. It's a little Francesca-esque, and that worries me a little bit for her.
I think
I
that's fair.
know what I wish they would do is, even though people would find it out, I wish they wouldn't tell us their ages. Because sometimes, just we don't need to know she's 21 or Michael was 18. We can we wouldn't have guessed by their interviews that she's 21 or Michael's 18 ever.
Maybe. Michael, that's all he talks about, just because that's all the questions the press are asking him. Because
Yeah.
that's something like that's his thing. Everyone always has a thing in that, except Ashley Nolan didn't have a thing last season. If you saw her Ponderosas.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good pick. I liked it.
It's a good pick.
And for my final pick, I'm gonna go with. I'm only gonna
Oh
choose.
my
between
God,
the
I'm
two
looking at Randy's face. I'm
I
sorry.
know. I took Dez, and that was the one that I wanted, and I hope he doesn't pick the other one.
I'm gonna go with
I'm
Stephanie.
laughing so hard.
That was the other one.
Yeah, that
That's
was
my. Oh my God, Randy! It's hilarious that those were the two I wanted to.
Why did you
Damn
pick?
you!
I actually didn't. I only saw one video of hers. I didn't get to see anything else. I didn't get to read anything else of hers. I did kind of like the way she talked in her CBS video.
Yeah, me too.
Mainly, I'm gonna go because she's Gonzalez. I always like picking my Hispanic people because there's very far few. There's
Can I just say that she is beautiful? Not that it matters,
I agree.
but holy crap, she's beautiful.
I did like that she loves the way Sandra plays. Which
Yeah.
Sandra is my favorite. So
Well, one thing that I like about her is in her first one out interview, I think that's where she really comes off well. At first, I kind of had her in my third tier until I heard that, and I moved her kind of between 2 and 3. I really liked. She's going to have a lot more agency in the game than I think people are going to give her credit for.
I actually almost picked her in third.
I think it would have been a good pick. I think.
Yeah, I almost picked her over Jenna, and then I almost picked her over Michael.
I think that she will be. I think we'll know her. I'm pretty sure as Gonzalez on this season. From what I'm hearing, is that the other ones it's gonna be Stephanie Johnson and then Gonzalez. So it's always good to be known by your last name in Survivor. So
And she's tall.
We'll see. Is she? I thought she was short. Jenna's the tall one.
Are you sure?
I know Jenna's the tall blonde. Yeah,
she's really pretty.
What do you guys think? What do you think, Mark?
I like her. She was gonna be my next one. Had he not taken her, she does. I gotta say she didn't give me like a very deep impression when she was going through her interviews. But out of the people that we have left, this is probably the one that I remember the most.
Okay, I guess we can go ahead and go to the next one.
Hi Jello says Stephanie's interview with Wiggler was really good.
That's the one I'm talking about as well. That's the one that made me feel so much better about her than I initially did.
Did that come out today or yesterday or something?
Last week. That was one that was in first one out. I think she's in the second group.
Am I a week behind?
First one out.
Oh well, maybe I probably might have missed that. I don't remember her being on that, but okay.
Oh God, I don't even looking at who we have left, Randy.
Like Stephanie does compare herself to a lot of like some of our favorite contestants, like Tony Vlachos, like Wentworth and
Brenda,
Sandra.
which I thought was an interesting poll.
Yeah. Oh, that's that kind of shocked me as well. Yeah, I don't know.
By the way, if you can see the ugly pants I was saying Stephanie Johnson was wearing. If you look at the try picture.
Oh yeah.
The 27
she's
different.
So proud of herself.
Okay, Mark, go ahead and take your last and final pick. You have 3 choices left.
We're down to Chelsea, Chris, and Libby.
That is
There's
correct.
one I will not pick. Like, you can't even pay me to pick her.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Chelsea.
Okay.
Well, I know who Randy's stuck with.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with either.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So for me, it's basically process of elimination with these last 3. Chris, I just don't get a good vibe off of Chris, and
me either. That's why he's all the way at the bottom. He
came
across so cocky.
Let's give Chelsea Let's give Chelsea her own credit and have
she is she is an EMT and also pro cheerleader. I think these 2 jobs, having these 2 jobs at the same time, kind of gives you a lot. Gives you the room to interact with a lot of very different people, and I think that'll come to work for her in a very big way within this game, just because you do have to tend with a lot of people that are very different from you, and she claims to be outgoing and driven, and she compares herself to Parvati, which is another very solid comparison if you're going to compare yourself to another player.
I think if you say Parvati or Andrea, I think it's a cop out. That's for some reason that's just something. As I said, I judge people on who they pick, and I always think that Parvati and Andrea are cop outs. But
it's an easy pick.
Really like Parvati.
The reason she picks Parvati is because she wants to use her charm to build relationships, rather than just trying to go out there and build relationships. She's trying to use her looks her. I don't know.
It definitely got it.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, just go out there and be charming, or don't try to say I'm gonna be like Parvati to do that.
One of the words she used to describe herself was dynamic, and that's the opposite of how I interpreted her. I felt like she was very I think as far as the game goes, she might be fine, she might blend in there, but as far as like a personality, I found her very bland, and that could have just been
basic.
I thought she could have she just interviewed poorly, and she may be good on the show. I just didn't have a good vibe from her at all. Mm-hmm. And plus, she doesn't have Twitter, so I don't trust her.
well, Mark, you had 5 picks, and we crapped all over all 5 of them. So,
whatever.
Mark is winning. Mark is going to win the draft.
Whatever.
It happens every time.
Kim, it's a moment of truth.
All right. Well, I'm not even wasting any time. I'm going to pick Chris because I don't want Libby.
There you go.
Libby just annoyed the crap out of me. I don't know. I just didn't like her. I don't like Chris neither. Okay. I found him to be, conceited, cocky, definitely not charismatic or charming. I don't know who but again, because he's a good looking guy, he's a model and he's worked with Gigi and Donatella Versace and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I don't. But I get to choose between you and Libby, and I'm choosing you. I think it really depends. He can go pre-merge because if he comes across really cocky, he will. If he can lay off his cockiness, he'll go to Jory. What are your thoughts? Randy, I need to know what Randy thinks. Out of the two left, who did you want?
I would have preferred Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about Libby in just a minute.
Wasn't even a choice. I mean, he compared himself to Ken and Michaela,
but the only reason why he says he is like
I also don't believe
because
he's
he says
a
he can
fan.
provide food.
Yeah,
I don't think he's a fan. I didn't think Chelsea was a fan. There was definitely a couple I did not think were fans.
I think that he's the one that hadn't seen a lot of Survivor, and then he binged like 12 seasons in like 2 months or something like that. So I think he's gonna be the one that's gonna be trying too hard. That's why he compared himself to Ken and Michaela. I mean, the only reason
they're nothing alike.
The only reason
that's a season he actually saw, probably.
Yeah. The only reason he's saying
are they nothing alike. Neither were that great at the game.
The only reason he's saying Ken is because he says he's going to provide food. Which, if you listen to First One Out, he's trying to catch crab or something like that, and he's not having much luck.
Of course, he's not.
So yeah. Okay. So I mean, yeah.
I hate that I only have one girl.
I have 3. So here's our team, which we'll review back at in just a minute. But I guess I will talk about Libby. That's not who I wanted to pick. Give me just a second. It's being weird. It doesn't want me to pick her.
Nobody. Yeah.
Libby. Okay. Libby is young. I'll be honest. I didn't really want Libby. Libby was 17th for me. Out of Mark has the other 3 that were below.
Thank you.
No, that's not true. That's not true. He only has 2 of them. I guess I will say that my hope for Libby is that she is inoffensive and people like her and keep her around because she's good looking and she's nice. I'm hoping that she can be what the term I think they use is the secretly smart bikini babe. I'm hoping that that's her this season. She is very religious, which I have no problem with, but I'm worried if she pushes that too much in people's face, because in every interview I heard it was brought up. So that kind of concerned me a little bit that it may rub people the wrong way. That's why I didn't pick her as soon as she said it. I did like her quote where she says that she thinks that she's unpredictable, just like the game is. You never know, and I think that'll be fun to cheer on someone who's relatable. And she's able to make big moves, and people wouldn't expect her from a sweet Southern girl like her. Like, that gives me a little bit of hope.
No, it just seems generic to me.
It just
does.
Like, you know, I'm grasping at straws.
Let's say she said she's from a small Texas town, and she's from Houston.
She's probably outside Houston. Let's be honest, but
well, yeah, probably because she's probably from like Katy or something like that. But that's closest to Houston. Yeah, being from Houston, I don't trust her. So,
she wants to be Jenna Maraska, Kim Spradlin, and Natalie White, which is
good choices.
I
don't know if she wants to be Jenna anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patty, that's for a different podcast for a different day.
Patty, we can't read that, Patty.
Patty, be nice.
I'm gonna go. I haven't seen Patty Rose, so I have to go see now.
So overall, I'm just hoping that she was the 20th pick in the draft. If she makes it past one round, then I'm good. You know what I mean? Then I did better than I should have. So
here's my thing with Libby. Like I watched an interview with Erin from ET Canada, and like she idolizes Elizabeth Hasselbeck. That kind of was a red flag for me.
Yes. Oh yeah, she did, which didn't surprise me at all.
She has the look.
But I also loved Elizabeth on Australia, on Survivor.
So first of all, Doug likes Libby's pants. Of course he does. Hi, Hi Jello says Libby at 20. He says, "Wow, he had her high because she's a non-factor, and somehow
That's what
they
I'm
make it to
hoping.
the end."
Is that she's just a non-factor and can just give me surviving points? That's what I gotta hope for.
I was pinning Gonzalez as the SSBB.
Can we ask the group, the chat? I'm sorry, who they think has the winner?
I don't know. They're a little bit delayed. We'll get that.
Well, Libby's pants reminded me of Lisa Frank art. So,
are we talking about? We're not talking about Stephanie.
Libby's
barely wearing pants.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's what I meant.
Stephanie J. Yeah, highlighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Lisa Frank.
So the next big question is, who's your first boot?
I need to see the pictures again.
Go to Survivor Wiki.
I can't show you both. There, I'll show you this right here.
Patty says I'm the first boot, or she might say I had the winner. I'm not sure.
Marks or Saul, since you had to pick the winner, since you got to pick first, you can pick your first boot first.
I'm gonna say Stephanie. I don't know. I feel she's gonna annoy people.
Jay, I'm assuming.
Yes. Yeah.
Highlighter pants. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark?
I am going to say. You know what? I'm gonna say Chris.
Okay. Kim.
Between Bradley and Stephanie J, I'm gonna go with Stephanie J.
Okay. I'm gonna go with. I'm sorry, Mark, that I keep just debating on your.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna go with Chelsea. I'm gonna go with Chelsea. As my first move. And then while I go ahead and do your winner pick. We'll go backwards this one. I'll go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with my winner pick. I'm gonna go with Brendan because that's who I had ahead of time, so I'm just gonna stick with Brendan.
I'm not gonna choose anybody that's just on my.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's kind of what I went to.
Yeah, I don't want to pick anybody I have. So if I'm picking somebody else, I'm going to pick. Morgan.
Okay.
Because I really don't know who to pick. So it's just so I want to pick someone of my own.
Winner.
Since I'm doing all the oddball picks, so I'm gonna go with the super oddball pick for winner. Okay. I'm gonna go with Jonathan.
Okay. I think that's fair.
Okay. I thought you were gonna pick Stephanie.
And Saul, who is your winner pick?
I want to be the only one that picks someone from my own team. I'm gonna go with Morgan.
Okay. I think Morgan's great. I like Morgan.
Yeah.
See, I was debating Brendan and Morgan actually, but I think Morgan. I think Brendan's gonna be too physical, and they're gonna end up wanting to get him off, so that he won't go on a immunity run or something like that. Mm-hmm. So Patty says first boot is Dez. No, Patty, no. And Higello says Jacob is his first boot.
Yeah, Jacob was a really dangerous first pick for me, but like I said, I picked him only because we kind of share the same profession.
I could
root for that.
I only see Jacob going first if he gets annoying out there. I don't think he's gonna be annoying though. I don't see him being annoying. I really think Stephanie J is gonna be out first.
Mm-hmm. That's valid. That's valid.
Well, you know what though? How did they say they're gonna be the first person on Ghost Island?
Whoever wins the first immunity gets to send someone from the other tribe there.
See, the thing is that if
that could save someone.
Yeah, that can save someone like Stephanie.
Yeah, for sure. Because the strategy has to be that you choose someone that you think is going to go home from the other tribe. You keep their weak players there. I would think that's what people have to do there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, guys.
What else are you?
I just want, when you're done with this, I just want to see not the picture of our picks, the tribe dynamic again. Because I wasn't even paying attention to that when I was picking my picks, and I like
that's gone. Go to the link I sent you.
No, it's Randy has it. It was in the pick with the the things.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's as best you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
Overall, I think I'm really looking forward to this season. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have a lot of faith in this cast. I think there's some oddballs out there that are gonna be fun. I think the season theme is great. I'm looking forward to it. I like an all newbie season. I like Ghost Island. I think it's a cool concept. I'm really, really excited to see how we see Ghost Island integrate into the game itself.
And I want to see the effing stick.
A lot of people are calling for the effing stick in the chat.
No, Jeff says that they couldn't find it, but
no,
Wiggler's calling shenanigans on that.
I say they've confirmed it because Matt Van Wagenen flat out said it in his interviews. So it's there.
So I wonder what's going to happen because Jeff is trying to hide that it's out there. What's going to be?
Well, I think Jeff tries to be tricky to people, and like whenever he can get one over on people.
Doug says it's on the desk. So yeah, I'm excited about the season. I kind of have a little bit of a hangover off of Triple H. I went from kind of being bored by it to liking it to really not liking it to kind of wanting to like it. I'm not sure what my thoughts are still on Triple H. Like we've said before, like Adam when he was on the podcast, he said, and even Kim said it earlier, bad Survivor is better than no Survivor. Absolutely. So that's why I'll take Triple H. And I'm really, really wanting a great season of Survivor.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. As I've told you guys, I'm especially excited because I am going to a big live event in April, a big live Survivor event. So I'm really excited about that to meet up with other Survivor fans.
When is it? April what?
The last week of April.
Yeah, and I want to go to. I would love to go to that one. I went to one last season. I didn't even get to talk about it because it was just a crazy time for me at the moment. But I got to see Reynolds. I got to see Kobe, and I got to see what's his name from Pearl Islands. What's his name? Burton. There you go.
I'll get to see Doug. I don't know if
oh, there you go.
Is it during the week or is it?
It's Wednesday. Survivor Wednesday.
So April 25th.
So guys, what I want to ask you guys is, if you're new to the show here and you're still with us because it's a long show, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Share it so that other people can see the show and we can help us get out there. And you know what? If you guys want to help us help the show, you can actually get these. I'm not even on the screen here. You can actually buy some of these stickers, and it's backwards because it's.
It looked good to me.
Oh, okay, it's backwards on my screen, but
yes.
But yeah, so you guys can buy these stickers at our TeePublic store. I think the shirts, I don't know if they're gonna be coming out there or we're gonna go through somewhere else, but we will have the updated logo for the Spyshack podcast.
I love the new logo. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, me too.
I think the other one was I don't know. I really do like this one better, but I guess I should have seen that as how the season was going to come out. I like the older logo. It's just a little plain, you know.
No, I think it's great. I'm really excited for this season. I think that there's going to be a lot of fun. 20 people. I always like the two tribe seasons. So I think that will be that'll be good. I'm looking forward to a lot of it. Yeah.
Any picks in the chat with who has the winner and the first boot? Did they
Patty
say
says I
anything?
have the winner.
We'll post something. We'll post a graphic or something on Twitter and see what people have to say.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the best
Patty
way.
says I have the winner. Patty says I have the winner.
Did
All right,
she
guys.
really?
All right, guys. We'll leave it there. We'll see you guys when the season starts. We'll be here every Thursday. Where did we say we're gonna do at 9:30, guys? What do you guys?
I think for the normal process, it's gonna be 9:30.
Okay, so 9:30, guys. Remember to come to
9:30. But that's not Eastern Standard Time.
9:30 Central. Yeah,
Central
10:30
time, Central time.
9:30 Central.
Remember to hit
Yeah,
that
I
little.
can't do any later than 10:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
Because I had to be at work too early.
Remember to subscribe. Hit that little bell button to go ahead and get alerts when we go live. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.